As you've probably already seen in the news over the last couple of weeks, the Midwest was hit by some crazy flooding in Nebraska and Iowa, and our local track, Raceway Park in the Midlands, I29 Dragway, in Pacific Junction, Iowa, was hit very hard. We were down in Texas actually at TX2K when it happened, but when we came back, I went down to the track about 4 or 5 days later, and the track was still under 10 to 14 feet of water. It was just jaw-dropping to see. I couldn't even drive out there to get to the track. It took a couple weeks actually to be able to get out there. I went back another 5 days later on the 25th, and it was still under about 5 feet of water. And then just yesterday on the 31st, it's now under about 1 foot to 2 feet of water. One of the saddest things about this is just about a half mile from the track, Pacific Junction, Iowa, is still under about 4 or 5 feet of water. The first couple trips I went down there, I was so fixated on getting photos and video of the track that I didn't pan around to see that the city was under so much water. It's really sad to see. I hope that they're able to get back to their homes soon. And the ice cream cruise, that's the first weekend in August this year. We're hopeful that everything will be dried out and ready to go for the event. Everything's still on as planned. So cross your fingers that the track and the timing system, everything are good to go, and hopefully we'll be able to have everything as planned. I'm going to show you an update of what our track looks like right now. It actually looks a lot better than I thought. If you'd like to help us with the cleanup efforts once we're able to get into the track and start cleaning up, please email rpmflood@gmail.com. You can get that in the description below. We'd love the help. If you have any equipment that you could help out with, please let us know at that email address and send your contact information, and we'll get to you once we're able to get in there. Alright, we're out here at I29 Dragway, Raceway Park in the Midlands, taking a first look at what the track looks like now that most of the water is cleared. This is the drag strip and road course, local track to Omaha, Nebraska, and 1320 video. As we can see right here at the entrance, the admission shack is on its side. So there's definitely some force with the water that came through here. These are the pits right here where all the cars would get ready. The tech shack down here is a pretty simple shack, but the roof's torn off, which means that there was a decent amount of water flowing through here. A decent force, it looks like. Going out to the drag strip here, still underwater. So, still a little too soon to see what things are looking like as far as track conditions, to see if we're going to be able to get some racing done this winter, or sorry, this season. I noticed when we drove in here that the bottom scoreboard, the ET board, I'm sorry, the mile an hour board here was all torn up, so that definitely needs to be replaced. Maybe it can be fixed up. I don't know what the electronics are like in that. This board's looking okay. I don't know what electronics they pulled out of it before the flood came, but the left-hand lane is definitely messed up. And drag strip's still completely underwater. Can't even see if there's like broken up concrete, asphalt. It's just mud. Oh man, that's a lot of mud, it looks like. Grandstands look like they're doing pretty good. Got one of them that came up, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. Obviously, until people get in here and actually inspect them, it's going to be hard to say, but considering the amount of water that was in here, they look pretty good. Those aren't cheap. The new bathroom that John had put in is still there.
I don't know if, okay. I'm guessing the toilets were set out on the stairs. Who knows? As you can see, the concession stand is not in good shape. I'm guessing everything in there is going to need to be replaced. Potentially the stands themselves. Until we get into the tower, it's going to be hard to say what that looks like, but the outside of it looks pretty good. The water was all the way up to the catwalk there. And then we saw this container floating previously when we came out here. And the first time I came out here, the water was literally up to the bottom of this catwalk. So it gives you an idea of how much water there was. It's just ridiculous. So that catwalk is, I think, about 14 feet from the ground. Something like that. It's pretty high up there. 12 to 14 feet. Wow. See, the water floated that container up onto the guardrail there. The awards trailer here, where they'd have awards in it, payouts, whatnot. That's on its side. If I sound a little funky, it's because I'm wearing a mask. I got sick the day after I came down here last time, and I don't know if it was because of the water around here, but just to be safe. So it looks like the water made the door to the tower rise up for some reason. Got some equipment here. As we're driving around the property, we noticed a lot of fence that was down. Hopefully that can be replanted easy enough. We're gonna go around the road course here and see what things look like. It's gonna be hard for me to see on the screen, but what the heck is that hose? Is that a hose? Oh, that's weird. Is that a power line, maybe? Can't tell what that is. There's a really big hose that goes all the way across out into the parking lot there. I don't know what that is. Okay, anyway, let's see if we can see anything about the track surface here. Any early indications? Definitely a big crack there. The surface wasn't perfect by any means, but that does not look... Those cracks weren't there before. Those look like they could be filled in pretty easily. It's gonna be the big ones if we run into any of those. They're gonna be an issue. So far I'm not seeing any major issues with the surface though. It's hard to tell from my phone here that I'm looking at. When we get home we can actually take a better look at it. So far, it's not looking too bad. Definitely looks like we could have a car show out here. And if you haven't seen it before, 1320 Video and the local track here puts on our annual car show called the Ice Cream Cruise. We park cars all along this road course. We fill up about 2/3 of it with about 1,500 show cars. So a lot of people have been asking if we're going to still have the car show, and we definitely hope that we'll be able to do that. Even better is if the track surfaces are good enough for us to race on, that would be amazing. And so far it's not looking too bad. And a lot of these cracks are already here. They probably just got worse. Plenty of it's still underwater, but it's not looking too bad. Some of these interstates out here, like I29, that's literally half mile, quarter mile from where I'm flying right now. There's sections of it that have shifted or broken up into pieces. So considering that, we're not looking too bad. There's so much water I can't really tell where the track's at. This is a straightaway. This is like the second longest straightaway here. And there's a cut over here somewhere. Can't really see it. Oh, there's a tire wall. It is a big relief to come out here and see the track in pretty okay shape. Obviously, until we get out there and until people actually go out and examine it, that know what they're talking about and looking at, it's hard to say for sure. There's so much mud and debris on here, I kind of hard to tell what I'm looking at. But the surface looks like it's pretty decent. Just gonna need some cracks filled in. Looks like it's all pretty good. Yeah. I think somebody hit an obstacle. I'm not sure what that was, but better safe than sorry. So now we're coming up on the long straightaway, and at least for the ice cream cruise, this is an important piece for the roll racing. I'm coming down it backwards, and it's all under quite a bit of water still, so it's hard to say. There's that tire wall again. I don't remember where that was, but I don't think that's where it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's all underwater still, so don't know what that looks like, don't know what the drag strip looks like, but if the rest of what we can see is an indication, I think it looks pretty decent. The track's not looking too bad. I mean, the tower and the timing equipment, that's going to be a huge factor. But from the outside, the tower looks pretty decent. I'm sure it's disgusting underneath, but nothing a bunch of new drywall can't fix. A whole bunch of cleaning supplies solution. Good thing the mud track's still intact. I'll go over here and look at the road course grandstands, concession stand. Those were, I'm sure a lot of you have seen those in pictures. They were the concession stands over here were completely underwater, even up above the bottom of the roof. And then the grandstands, I know, is gonna have a bunch of debris in it. Sure enough. Yuck. Got some tanks, some porta potties, a whole bunch of A bunch of corn stalks from the neighboring cornfields. Ew. Got another weird cable here. I'm wondering what that is. Here's the hot pits. There's a whole bunch of debris in here. The fence and whatnot just caught that and